y'all, welcome back to the porch with the Thunder Sisters. I'm Rena.
And I'm Michelle.
And hey, we're back on the porch, so I guess we got something to talk about.
Always something to talk about.
Hey guys, saddle up. This is going to be a long video, but well worth the wait. Today we're going to be talking about the consolidation paperwork we received, or lack thereof, and we're going to go over 9 points of the things that we were hoping to get in these consolidation paperwork that we did not get. And then we're going to read some of it from you and kind of just show you guys some of this information.
So we're going to hit it here first, and then we're going to be sending it on to the superintendent and the board members for further review.
Yep, and then we'll let you know when we hear something back from that. And then our next steps will be sending this information probably to our state reps.
Yep, to see if something can be done.
Yep, because there should be some legal paperwork out there that we have not received, or they should have stated such. And stick around to the end, because we're going to go over some sunshine law violations that we're concerned about. Also, we're going to be reading
the Missouri or the Mountain View public records to the Howe County Board of Education.
So we're going to be going over this letter that kind of states the reorganization project, kind of just going over some stuff. So,
and it's to the Howe County Board of Education. So this would probably be like the most legal document we have about the organization. Or the consolidation.
Yeah, and the reorganization of the school districts. So, okay, let's get into it. You can't see this. It's going to be backwards, but we will put we'll put a picture up so that you guys can see it and be able to read it for yourself. It says, in response to the expressed sentiment of our lawmakers in favor of larger school districts, we of the Mountain View R3 School District of Howe County and of the Birch Tree R3 School District of Shannon County do hereby offer to combine in effort towards reorganization of the 2 reorganized districts into 1 unit. The new district will meet the minimum criteria as contained in the letter of March 25th, 1968 from the Missouri School District Reorganization Project, Room B36, State Capitol Building. In addition, the new district will be in position to more adequately serve a large portion of Summersville District to our north and a large portion of Alton District to our south than their parent districts if the reorganization board would see fit to award it to us. The combined district will contain 280 square miles of valuation of $4,658,816. The present indebtedness amount to $300,000, and the present enrollment is 1,346 kids. There is a very adequate system of the state and federal roads, plus a well-distributed county system to facilitate the economical transportation of students. No high school student should be on a bus more than the 1 hour as specified in the minimum criteria. You want to read? I know.
A new high school building would be constructed on a site near the junction of Shannon County T and US 60, which is the exact geographical center in the east and the west.
What is this voice?
I can't get off of the Tony dress.
Okay, maybe start again, huh?
A high school building would be constructed on a site near the junction of Shannon County T and US 60, which is the exact geographical center in an east and west direction. Our plans call for retention of the elementary schools in each town. Each town has a fairly new and very adequate elementary school in addition to portions of the secondary buildings which have been recently constructed. Available for an elementary program would be 28 classrooms, a large band room, gymnasium and a stage, and a lunchroom with kitchens. I'm sorry. I can't quit doing it.
Well, bloody knock it off.
Why are you going into Australia?
I don't know, okay?
It's just happening, Ness. Yes, I understand. All of which have been built since 1961, except 10 of the classrooms. These are all in one unit at Mountain View. At Birch Tree, there is a modern 10-class elementary unit with a multi-purpose room, lunch room facilities, health room, an office, which was constructed in 1958. In addition, the older high school buildings could be utilized for some time if needed. This will enable us to care for any additional elementary students if additional territory comes to us later. Our two school boards have met with each other a number of times concerning a cooperative effort at reorganization. Our first meeting was on April 1st, 1968, and included members of Summersville board meeting as well as several interested non-board members from each town. The following day, our board met with a representative of the state reorganization board at West Plains with the superintendent of the Birch Tree School as an observer. On May 6, 1968, the Mountain View board member met with the Birch Tree board members in Birch Tree School at their invitation to discuss plans for immediate reorganization. On May 13, 1968, Mountain View and Birch Tree met at Mountain View to discuss plans for proceeding with reorganization of the two districts. In separate meetings, approval was given by each board for the presentation of reorganization requests to the county board of each county. Each vote was unanimous.
We're almost done. Hang with us.
A site has been examined and negotiations are underway for obtaining an option to purchase at a later date. 2 members of the Birch Tree Board of Education and 2 members of the Mountain View Board of Education are acting as a committee to obtain the site. The filling of the non-board members at the...
Did it say 2 and 2?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Split down the middle.
Yeah, except for that's not what happened. There's 2 Mountain View board members and one Birch Tree board member.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put that on the screen now.
The filling of non-board members at our meetings was in favor of pursuing a plan of reorganization. Our Mountain View Chamber of Commerce, in a meeting on May 7th, 1968 at noon, voted unanimously in favor of pursuing a plan of reorganization. We feel that the area included in the proposed districts can be serviced adequately and economically as planned, and that the quality of education would be enhanced by this new arrangement. And it is signed James Malone, President.
Yeah, of the Mountain View Board. The 3 board members for the building site in November. The following were appointed to check for building sites: Jack Walker, Mountain View Board, Bill Page, Mountain View Board, and Roy Reese, Birch Tree Board. So that's 3, not 4. So that's interesting because it should have been split down the middle. I was thinking that when I read it. It should have been 2 and 2, but it wasn't. It was 2 and 1.
which may be why the location is where it's at.
Could be. Could very well be. We don't know that because
Speculation.
there's a lot missing out of these 300 pages, you know. So, in review, we're going to go over the points, and then we're going to kind of talk about each point and what we found. So,
Hang tight.
hang tight. Okay, so
You want to read the letter first?
yeah, let's go ahead and just real quick
Skim that letter.
yeah. So we're just going to tell you what we received from when we sent a sunshine law and we requested for the paperwork, for the consolidation paperwork. This is what we got back from the school.
Which we have went over in previous videos.
Yep. So but it's been a while, so we're just going to
Do
tell
a
you.
refresher
Yep.
course. So it was said that approximately 16 hours for manual retrieval, review from the archived files. 16 hours is $20 at $20 an hour is $320. Approximately 300 copies at 10 cents per page for 300 is $30. So the total due was $350. So there you have it. There you go. So there you go.
Okay, so now we're going to go back to those points because this is relevant to the points. Because our first point is that we have issues with, that we are going to submit, is
We pay what we paid.
what we paid.
The amount paid was $350. The purpose was for the records request for approximately 250 pages, and we're being conservative because when we looked up an approximate of 300 pages, it said 250 to 300.
So we went with 250, giving them leeway here.
And so the second thing is pages received. The second point. Total pages received 121 pages. Duplicate pages included 24 pages. Unique pages actually provided 97 pages. This means approximately 20% of the pages provided were duplicates, reducing the value and completeness of the record.
Yeah, so in all, we got a lot of meeting minutes. I mean, we got meeting minutes, newspaper clippings, overall structure of what the consolidation would look like from the consolidation committee with the state of Missouri. So we got that paperwork.
Number 3 on our list is copying cost calculations. Stated or standard copying rate is 10 cents per page. 120 pages at 10 cents per page is $12.10. Total justified copying cost is $12.10. So, number 4 is labor cost calculation. Total paid $350. Minus copying cost $12.10. Remaining amount attributed to labor is $337.90. If the labor is billed at $20 per hour, then $337.90 divided by 20 is 16.895 hours. This equals to approximately 16 hours and 54 minutes of labor, which I'm just going to say, again, she had stated that it was around 300 pages and that it would be around 6 16 hours of work. So we expected the 16 hours of work. What we did not expect was there was only 121 pages. And with 24 of those being duplicates. So as it stated, we only got 97 unique documents. So, again.
So, just from our point of view and thoughts, right? I mean, had there been official documents? Would there have been 300 pages? Because legal documentation, normally when you're consolidating something or a business is being merged or a merger is happening, you're going to have stacks of paperwork.
I mean, even on a loan for a house, if anybody's done that, holy moly.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is
the file
a lot.
is huge.
Yes. So,
yeah.
had it been the amount of paperwork that we were supposed to receive included the legal documentation, probably would have been 300 pages. Just a thought, just a thought.
So it says clarification requested. The district is effectively stating that nearly 17 hours of labor were required to produce 121 pages, many of which were duplicates.
Well, I mean, if you were painstakingly going through every single piece of paper and deciding which ones to leave in and which ones to leave out.
I mean, there is room for speculation here, right? There's going to be room for speculation if you do not add little notes in there on why something is missing, or send a letter with it stating why things are the way they are. It leaves room for speculation, and I believe that they would have known that.
Mm-hmm. And if you watch the video previous to this one, I mean, we've been lied to, so hard to trust here.
Yeah, of course we are going to speculate.
Yeah, go watch that video. It's a good one.
So missing or incomplete documentation. The records provided contain missing pages and incomplete board minutes, including but not limited to missing pages 2, 3, 10, 15, and 16 and 17.
So some of the paperwork we got had numbers at the top in different locations. So, like, for example, this one has a 1 in the top corner, okay? And then some of them have them in the middle of the page, and then some of them come like this one that's got here and here. So this is page 6, this is page 7. So, and these are meeting minutes.
And I also want to, just while she's holding this up, this states right here, meeting adjourned. And that will play a role in the later numbers.
Yeah, so like all the meeting minutes, this is what we're talking about. All the meeting minutes have numbers, okay? They've given us numbered meeting minutes. But we're missing some of those numbers. And you'll see that when we drop this paperwork.
Because we are going to try to find a way to scan it into the system. That way everybody can have it.
Yep, because public knowledge should be public knowledge.
That's right.
And we still intend on doing that. We apologize that we hadn't got that done yet, but we still intend on doing that.
Yeah, life happens, guys.
So that's what we're talking about here. We're missing some meeting minutes.
And then I put here missing documentation throughout the records set, and then no December meeting minutes documenting a vote on the school name. So like they had stuff coming up about the school name, but there was no documentation. There was no December meeting. that says that it went over everything.
Yeah, because we're missing, like as it tells us, we're missing pages, we're missing meeting minutes 2, 3, 10, 15, and 16.
And 17.
And 17. So, I mean, there's a lot of information, or could be a lot of information in those pages that we don't have.
100%.
Okay.
Now, again, this leaves room for speculation.
Yeah.
On, did they mean to not give us that paperwork? Was it meant to, or was it not legible? Because we did get some non-legible stuff in there. So again, if that was the case, you would think we would have a letter or something stating those minutes weren't legible.
We got 2 fuzzy papers.
Yeah.
And those fuzzy papers were part of the duplicate package. Because I think their toner was going out or something. I don't know. Or they just didn't get them scanned in right. Or,
well,
I don't know.
And some of them that wasn't legible, they did take the time, and we will give credit where credit is due, to write out what was said on them. So they like redone them. So, but
Did they?
there's a couple on there that was it was hard to read, and it looks like they went back over it. So, again, though, you would think that they would tell us, so it would leave no room for speculation. You would think.
If so, like in our mind, if you were giving paperwork to cut out the nonsense, to stop people from making noise, from bringing this up continually, you think that they would, want be up front and forthcoming, essentially to shut us up. But I mean, we don't feel like that's happened, because we're missing things, and we don't know why we're missing things. And they, so I mean, here again, communication, control.
And a lot of speculation. So number 6 is board meeting procedural irregularities. 1969. And so this is the following board meetings do not show an adjournment, like I showed you on that one board meeting, raising concerns about procedural completeness. So, January 13th, there was no meeting adjourned. January 23rd, no meeting adjourned. April 1st, no meeting adjourned. April 8th, no meeting adjourned. And June 9th, no meeting adjourned.
So, again, this raises questions. Why were the meetings not adjourned? Is there missing paperwork? Is it because they didn't give us the paperwork? Or is it because
the board failed at the time?
Yeah, is it because the board failed at the time? They didn't
adjourn the meetings. But they did on some of the meetings, but they didn't on other of the meetings. We don't know.
And then some meetings are very, very short and small, and barely anything's on there. So is it...
Well, you've seen that 6 and 7. They weren't... It was like not even a half of a page.
Yeah, so, I mean... There was a guy secretary at the time. Could that be it? That there's hardly no meeting minutes? I don't know. But the fact of the matter is there's several board meetings for the Board of Education of 2 cities that we don't have adjournments for. That's weird to me, especially because back then there are a lot more sticklers about meetings and such than we are now. We're super lax about meetings most of the time,
Yeah, they were very rule oriented.
So, where's the adjournment? We don't know. We don't know.
Questions we need answers to.
Yep.